Welcome back to Coweta High School. If you joined us from the girls basketball team, it's an explosive night from the Lady Cardinals as they came down to Coweta and really put a hurting on the Lady Tigers tonight. 63 points they put up, and we're just all over them. 63-24, I believe. And we're excited about this boys game coming up as the Cardinals come off of a big win versus Claremore last week to be 1-0 in the division, 2-2 on the season versus a Coweta team that's been struggling recently. Tell us some of the players we need to look for off the Cardinals.
Well, the Cardinals, their key players are going to be Seth Boomer. He was last weekend. It was the 4th, 5th, and 6th. They had a tournament down here. He was selected on the all-tournament team. And then Austin Archer, he had 21 in the win on the 6th versus Providence. They beat Providence 55-37. So we need them to have a big night. Coweta likes to play a zone defense, so we're going to have to have them contribute.
And it looks like some of the players to watch from the Coweta Tigers are going to be Caleb Norris. He's a 6'3" guard, senior this year. A lot of experience from him. And Jake Ross, who's a 6'7" forward. He's number 35. You told me before, Jake Ross is a real physical player, likes to get down there low, and likes to throw his weight around. Tell us something about Jake Ross.
Well, like you said, he gets down there, plays physical. He tries to crash the boards real hard. And then for Caleb Norris, he was out most of last year, I believe a broken foot. So this is his season back, his senior season. He's their best player, really good shooter. So they're gonna have to make sure they know where he is at all times.
And with about a minute left before this high school game tips off, let's go to commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
Welcome back to Coweta High School. We're here to watch an exciting matchup between the Collinsville Cardinals and the Coweta Tigers. Tonight, the Collinsville Cardinals are going to be starting number 11, Sean Kacheski, number 14, Austin Archer, number 21, Seth Boomer, number 30, Keegan Hodges, and number 33, Colton Vickers. For the Tigers, we have number 15, Hunter Burchett, number 20, Kalandis Colton, number 21, Cagney Robertson, number 33, Caleb Norris, and number 35, Jake Ross. So as we get ready to start this tip-off, we have an excited Cardinals team who come off a tough big win, again, over Claremore last week. Played a tough tournament this weekend. Came with 2 losses, 1 win, 2-2 on the season, starting off pretty hot as far as the division, and they look to take one here in Coweta's home court. What's some of the keys to the game tonight as we look at how Collinsville continue their hot streak in the division?
Well, they've got to make sure they limit the points in the paint by the Tigers. They've got to keep them out of the lane, and then vice versa. The Cardinals have to score in the lane on this side. Attack Jake Ross, make sure he gets into foul trouble early. Limit Jake Ross and Norris. Norris, a great player. Ross, a great player. They've got to make sure they hold them and keep them quiet tonight. And then they need good ball movement and knock down some shots. Coweta, like I said, plays the zone, so look for them to try to find the open gaps and knock down some shots.
All right, Coweta with the tip-off. They're going to swing the pass all the way around. Burchett going to get it back out to number 33, Norris. Norris out to Ross. Ross looks to pass it back out to Burchett, who's going to get it, swing it all the way around, till it finally finds the middle of the lane and number 21, Cagney Robertson, and he's going to be fouled immediately in the lane as he goes to take a shot by Kacheski. Robertson's first is up, and that's off the mark, off the back of the board. So we see some quick passes here by Coweta. They're setting under the offense, trying to pass it so they don't get set in one-on-one situations. Second for Robertson is up and good, and they're first on the board with 1 point here early in the first period. As we go into this first period and Collinsville sets up their offense, Boomer had an electric over 20 points last game for Collinsville. Really carried them through most of the game. What do you expect that coming in the second game, or do you expect a little bit of a balance for the Collinsville Cardinals?
Well, I know Coweta saw the tape of that Claremore game, so they're going to try and get up and pressure him. But Boomer will find his shots as the game goes on.
Bailey Stamper comes in immediately for Sean Kacheski as Coach Anderson wasn't happy with how he played that defensive set. Vickers with some good defense, and Boomer comes in with the steal, and he's taking the ball back, an early turnover for the Coweta Tigers. Boomer drives the lane, puts up a floater over Ross, and that's deflected just out of the hands of Collinsville. Rebound, the Tigers. Number 20 with a fancy move, that's Colton, and he lays it in for 3 points for the Tigers. Boomer gets it down to Hodges, out to Boomer. To Archer for a quick turn and three. He's off the mark. Rebound, number 35, Ross, and he'll get it up to Hitchens. Good defense for Archer. Is going to put the ball out, and that's going to be out of bounds to the Coweta Tigers.
So it looks like the Cardinals coming out a little, I don't know if timid's the right word, but they've had some rusty mistakes.
It looks like Coweta's looking to move the ball quick, get it out as much as they can. A quick block from Archer sends number 33, Caleb Norris, to the ground, and that's going to be the first foul on Archer. Kacheski comes in, Stamper back out for the Cardinals. Burchett back out to Norris. Norris looks for a pass, gets it down, Coltis. Coltis gets it inside to Robertson on another quick foul. That one's going to be on Vickers. So 3 quick fouls here from the starters of the Cardinals, and you got to wonder how much longer they can keep that pace up.
Yeah, the Cardinals traveled here the 4th, 5th, and 6th in the tournament, and we saw the same thing there, getting into foul trouble, and that really hurt them in the tournament.
Good defense there by Boomer, and Vickers covers it up. It looks like we have a jump ball going to the Cardinals. So good defense by Vickers. Boomer gets a quick turnover, and we'll see if the Cardinals can put some points on the board here. 2 minutes into the first period. Boomer gets it into Kacheski. Kacheski looks. Gets it into Boomer. Boomer's going to take a three, and that's just off the mark. Rebound, number 20, Colton. Colton out to Norris. Norris looks to drive, gets it back out to Colton. Swings it to Burchett. Burchett up to Robertson. Robertson back to Burchett. Down low into Ross. Tries to kick it back out. It's an errant pass, but it finds its way to Burchett. Back up to Robertson. Down low. Vickers defending hard on Ross, and that's going to be off the mark. So as you said, number 35, Jake Ross, trying to pound down low, but that's the first one for Vickers.
That's his second.
Oh, excuse me. That's Archer's second.
They're going to call that on Austin Archer, and he wasn't even in the play.
So somehow that foul is found by Archer, who is up at the three-point mark. And either way, the officials are going to discuss who it's on right here. And they're going to take a time after that first make by Ross. So right now, the Collinsville stymied on offense here in the first couple minutes. The officials talking to the scorekeeper and trying to figure out exactly what's going on here as Bailey Stamper comes back into the game for Austin Archer. Okay, so they corrected that foul. It's on Colton Vickers, but that's, again, his second foul. Another foul for the bigs of the Cardinals. Ross's second shot is good to open it up to a 5-point lead, 5-0, and Coach Anderson's going to want a timeout. Yeah. So what do you see, Logan, from the Cardinals here in this first period, opening minutes of the game, as they're in deep right now, 5-0?
Oh, he's not very happy with the defensive effort so far. They're just having their way with whoever they want, throwing it deep, and they've thrown it down into the paint, really attacking that. And so he's really trying to get him fired up right now. 5 points isn't that big of a deal, so he's just got to get them fired up, ready to go, and they need to come out of here with a lot of energy.
What is a big deal is they keep getting the ball down to number 35, Jake Ross, and he's already earned 2 fouls on Colton Vickers, one of the bigs of the Collinsville Cardinals. So how does Colton Vickers continue to play defense, and what does Coach Anderson do in order to get his big out of foul trouble and keep him in the game?
Well, he's got to make sure when the ball gets passed down to Ross or someone down low, he's just got to wall up, stay straight up, make sure he's not trying to block the shot. That's where he gets in trouble. And if he can just make sure that he plays physical, he still has to play physical. He can't start being timid, but if he just plays straight up, hopefully he can battle through this foul trouble.
Collinsville's looking for some offense here in the early minutes of the game, and Boomer's usually the one to bring some pretty good offense. He brings the ball down the court for the Cardinals. Boomer gets it into Hodgins. Hodgins turns, takes a dribble, gets it back out to Kacheski. Kacheski back up top to Boomer, and we'll reset. Kacheski looking for Hodgins down low. Hodgins gets the ball at the charity stripe, turns, and that's just off the mark for him. Tough rebound by Vickers, but it's deflected. Good defense by Stamper to slap that ball out, and it gets to Vickers. Boomer into Stamper. Stamper gets it back out to Boomer, and Coach Anderson says, hey, let's reset this offense, fellas. Stamper out to Kacheski. Kacheski looks to set up the offense, and it's into Boomer. Boomer with Honeycutt playing tight. Hodgins turns. Another wide open shot from the stripe, and that's going to just roll out. So Hodgins had some pretty good looks right there from the top, and he just barely off the mark. That one seemed to hit every part of the rim again, as we saw last week, and just rolled out.
Yeah, Coach Anderson has to be happy with that shot. Wide open shot, and he knows that Kagan Hodgins can hit that.
Swung out to Norris, out to Robertson down low, to Ross. Ross puts up a shot, and he's got 2 more points. So Ross really helping his team out, just standing there and turning and shooting. They're really finding the big man down low, which is one of the keys to the game for the Tigers. Hodgins looks to dribble, gets out to Stamper. Stamper back into Hodgins. Hodgins with another shot. That's going to be just off the mark, again, from the same spot. And Hodgins struggling to get it in the middle of the rim. He's hit every other part. No look pass into Ross. He kicks it back out to Colton with an errant pass, deflected by Stamper. And Kacheski gets it and carried it down the court for the Cardinals. Cardinals have yet to score in the game so far, and they're looking for some offensive spark from somewhere. Boomer's only taken 1 shot so far. Hodgins taken 3 or 4. It's just not finding the hole right now. Stamper up to Kacheski. Kacheski out to Hodgins. Hodgins looking for help, gets it to Kacheski. Kacheski out to Stamper. It's deflected by Norris, gets it into Honeycutt. Gets into Colton. Colton with a big block by Kacheski, who hung in the air for a minute there to get that block and rob him of those 2 easy points. See if they can get some momentum from this. Turnover by Kacheski, gets into Colton, who tries for the dunk, is way off, and Robertson scoops up that rebound, and he makes 2 points. Coach Anderson with another quick timeout as it's 9-0 now with 2:45 left to go in this first period. If you're Coach Anderson, now what are you telling your guys? And you're saying, hey, listen, offensively, we got to get something going.
Well, right there he called the timeout because no one ran back on defense. He missed. Everyone thought, he was going to lay it in, easy layup. Well, he missed the dunk, and Bailey Stamper was the only one down there to try to get the rebound, and so he's not happy about that. But offensively, they've had 3 open shots at the top of the paint, so those will fall eventually. But they've really got to hook up defensively. 'Cause when you can't get anything going offensively, that's when your defense has to step in and play tough.
Archer back in for the Cardinals, and as Kacheski takes a seat, and we have number 12, Riley Wilt, back in the game for the first time tonight for the Cardinals as Hodgins takes a seat. Stamper up to Wilt. Wilt's looking to pass, gets it out to Archer. Archer takes his dribble, goes down low, and we have a quick foul there. It looks like it's going to be on number 10, who just checked into the game for the Coweta Tigers. That's Cameron Borens. And he's going to come in Tanner Kinnan. And he's going to come in, and he's going to get a big one. I mean, a big foul to start off that. Archer gets back to Wilt. Wilt into Stamper. Stamper down low to Boomer. Boomer turns and shoots. He's off the mark. Rebound, Norris. Tigers take the ball down the court. 20 gets out to number 11. There's Norris. And he travels as he tries to get the ball down to Ross. So a turnover there. Some good defense played by the Cardinals.
Yeah, they've played pretty good defense, holding them to 9 points, but they have to get something going offensively. You see when Seth Boomer goes to the high post, they're just matching up with him and matching up with the top guy, and that's what's